pounding, earth-shaking, window-rattling beast of the Northeast. It's the Big Block Butterfly Super Dirt Car Series.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
All right, race fans, we're back here tonight. Got the hometown heroes. That's right. Guys, man, with the awesome wing sprints here. We're here tonight with the Coast2Coast Racing Network, bringing it all to you. Flatline Racing Bodies, hometown heroes. Well, we got a 10 Chapman Racing here, pre-race show. Give you a little bit about last night. If you did not see, we had some exciting pro late models, but man, we had a good thriller on the NASCAR truck side too. Came down to a wild finish. Boy, that was a wild one, but looks like we're going to grid it up here for heat race number 1. Flatline Racing Body, got some quality racing bodies. Produced by former NASCAR regional short track champ Dan Chapman. He's from Clarence, Iowa. Here in that area, check them out, Flatline Racing Bodies. He was on the grid here first. Got old Patrick Spangler out front. Jacob Moose starting out there in second. Brandon Dittmer there in third. G.J. Boydell fourth. Steven Bixler up in fifth. Dean Reynolds starting sixth. And I just got confirmation, Corey, that we got more Mooses tonight.
Do we have more mooses?
We do. Now we have, on top of the two brothers, hang on. All right. Along with the two. All right. Says we got a herd of mooses tonight, by the way. We've got Jacob, Joseph, and now the older brother, Ed. There we go.
So 3 mooses all throughout the night. Okay.
All 3 mooses. Yep. Green flag. We're racing here. Hometown hero style. Be a good one. Patrick Spangler, man, he definitely knows how to bear these wing sprints out here, but he's got Dittmer and old Jacob Moose out here with him.
See Dimmer there in second. He started this race in third, so he's moved up a spot. Spangler, he's been where he started this heat race. You know, luck for the draw there for Spangler. He's usually at the back of one of these heat races at the drop of the green flag, but ended up with the lucky pole.
Yeah. Absolutely. You know, I've always said it before. I like that little pill draw thing that they do because it sometimes mixes up the field. But for this right now, Spangler's the man who came out good here with Dittmer, like you said. Old Jacob, he's right there with them. You got G.J. Boydell hanging fourth, Dean Reynolds fifth, Stephen Bixel there in sixth. And just so you know, these are the 305 wing sprints. We will have the 360s, and then we'll have the 410s.
And Joe, talk us through about what the differences are.
Motors.
Exactly. Horsepower.
That's the biggest. That's the big. I mean, iRacing, that's really about the biggest thing you're going to see difference-wise is motors. You might see a little bit. I mean, obviously you're going to see handling-wise. But physically here on iRacing. Now, in real life, you might be able to stand side by side by one and be able to tell because of just maybe the sheer size, obviously, that motor. As you see, Patrick Spangler is going to win this first heat race here tonight. That line racing body win. So, but yeah, motor, horsepower, how you drive these things is the major difference. We talk about it week in and week out as we head over here to heat race number 2, Langdon Mechanical. And I'm going to tell you what, Langdon Mechanical, they're second to none, heating and air conditioning company out of Hamilton area. And they promise to their customers to have their own professional trained specialists work on the equipment that they have and install. So if you want a 100% guarantee from them, check out Langdon if you're in the Hamilton area. Let's grid it up. We got Cody Graham going to be the man out front. Randy Shreves there in second. Roger Craig starting third. Don Rayner up in fourth. Jeff Flero starting fifth. And John Krupa, he's going to be there in the 6th place spot.
So here, race number 2, everybody is transferring on. They only got 18 entries here for the 305, so still a good full field.
It is. Graham, Shreves, Craig. Good one.
You know, you like to root on Craig out there, the man behind all this.
747.
An iconic number.
It's Jumbo Jet.
Green.
Green flag.
Still side by side up at the lead. Shreves on the outside. Graham trying to edge out ahead of Shreves. Shreves with the momentum on the high side. Graham going to lead lap number 1 officially. Reiner there in third behind those two drivers. He's got a handful of Falero right behind him, almost looking to the outside. He is looking to the outside now.
You got a battle up front. Battle going on here for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. They're all topped up to go. Craig gets in inside. That's about as close as you're going to get to do some door slamming in a wing sprint car.
And then knocked Falero all the way back to 6th behind Jonathan Krupa. That was Craig that made contact with him. Shreves out front, leading this thing over Graham. Graham trying to still use the bottom grid. Looks like a little bit of blocking action there out of Shreves to hold off the momentum from Graham.
Yep.
2 to go.
Yeah, like you said, 2 to go. Graham's trying everything he can on Shreves. Meanwhile, Craig and company's back here with Rayner. They're battling it out for 3rd place. So you've got some heated battles going on, 1st and 2nd, 3rd and 4th as we come to the white flag.
I don't know if you realize, but when Craig slid that car into the corner, when it almost came to a stop, all that momentum lost, and it's so hard to get back the momentum. That's now opening the door for Krupa. Has to get out of it. Not going to get to Craig. Give the win to Shreves, Graham, Rayner, Craig, Krupa, and Valero.
Good racing so far. These guys been putting on a show. That'll swing us on over here. Heat race number 3, Venom Racing. Venom Racing, they're a proud sponsor to Coast2Coast Racing League's 358 Modified Division. What we got on the grid here, as we got Joseph Grandy out front. There it is, Eddie Moose Jr. That's the 3rd Moose. They got Ed Harrison in 3rd, Gavin Chapman there in 4th, Donovan Ross starting 5th, and then a Joe Moose here in 6th. So we got 2 Mooses in this one. Hope they don't collide. That'd be a big hit.
Oh, boy.
Hey, man, look. I don't know. Now, don't want to get off subject too much here, but I do know, and there is videos, that when mooses do get out there and clang, whatever you call them, antlers, forks, or whatever the heck you call them on their head, that they can make a loud sound in the thing. It's like, choom, or something like that.
Did you have to look that up?
No, I seen a video. I think it was on an Animal Channel.
On the Animal Planet?
Yeah, something like that. Green flag, we're racing. Eddie, and Eddie, he falls up there to 2nd. There comes Ross, man. They are packed up though, 4, 2, and 2.
Yeah, the rest of the pack is trying to get around the herd of moose in front of them for 2nd here.
Wow, good run so
The
far,
moose
though.
sandwich.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, Chapman's right there with him with Ross. Joe Moose, he's back in the back. Eddie's hanging on to 2nd place for the moment. Grandy's liking what he's seeing. He's just going to pull away from the pack.
Just variation of lines around here so far. Almost looking like they wanted to go 3 wide. Thought better of it, though.
Right.
See Ed Moose holding them off right there. You got them 2 by 2. Donovan Ross on the inside. Gavin Chatham on the high side. Ross was able to edge close to the side of Ed Moose. Here comes Gavin Chatham with the crossing. Oh, man, a little close on that slider on Ed Moose. Ed Moose had to get out of the throttle. Now Ross is going to make the charge out in front of Ed Moose.
I don't
And
know if
Moose
you're
had to
seeing
get
what
out
I'm
of it.
seeing, Corey, but man, every time Ross gets down there, he gets in that inside berm, it upsets that car and it's throwing it up the track.
I don't see that.
Yeah, it's in the black car right there. We get the white flag one more time. Every time he got down there on that inside, it upset the car a little bit, and it's kind of got the rear end there. Now you got a little punch in the back of Joe Moose, but he falls back to 4th. Meanwhile, Grandy's out front. Checkered flags, final time. It's going to be Grandy, Chatham, Joe Moose bringing home top 3. That's a good run.
Yes, it is, and we'll swing on over to warm-up.
Yes, we will. Folks, we'll be right back here in just a few.
For Lucy Olson, she has her first point.
Yeah, Lucy Olson, talented sophomore.
All right, folks, we're back here, and here we go. Getting set here to get our Super Dirt Car Series starting to line up for a feature. Not checked out the Super Dirt Car Series. They are the ground pounding, earth shattering, window rattling beast from the Northeast and Super Dirt Car Series. As let's look at these bad boys here tonight. A grid. Good field too, by the way. 18 machines out here. Patrick Spangler, but I tell you what, loving that being out front. I don't know. What do you think?
I think he's going to be a little bit hard to stop, but I mean, you know, he's, as much as he's been out at the front in a sprint car, he's not as dominant as you would imagine.
Well, he's got some heavy hitters right there near him. And this track here, tonight seems like with these 305 so far, seems pretty racy and able to pass.
Just pulling up the points there. So Falero in the 305 division is leading the points over Spangler, who starting out this race pretty good comparatively to where Falero is. Falero, your points leader, back in 17th, shotgun on the field.
Nice.
16-point difference between the two.
All right, getting set here. Free time tonight. Hometown Heroes. Flatline Racing Bodies bringing it to us here at Coast2Coast Racing League. Check out everything on C2CRL.com. What's up, Gary? It is out there. Go Dean Reynolds. Okay. Reynolds right now is not too bad. He's got a little work to do. He's back in 13th. He can get it done. He's got time. Pace car trucks in.
Green flag.
Going green flag racing with the 305s.
There we go. Green flag is out. Spangler on the loud pedal already, about a couple car lengths ahead of Randy. Shreves going down the back straight. You see Shreves a little bit of wall grinding there, not quite as bad, and they are just all stacked up behind him.
Yeah, it is. I was looking there. I mean, Spangler might be out front, but right now he's got Shreves, and we got a couple cars around the back. Oh, Ed Moose, he went around. Unfortunately, Dean Reynolds tore up his front end on that one. Let's go back on a Malcolm Mills replay. There's no caution, but Malcolm Mills replay. Let's see what happened. Looks like those two just didn't get going, or... More time here, a little bit further back. Oh, they just got wheel tangled. And then it tore the front off of Dean Reynolds' wing. They tried to get undone. Surprised I didn't bring a caution out because, well, they spun around the track. Wow.
Yeah, I know. Like, they usually throw a caution for something like that, but that time they did not.
Still must be sleep or something up there tonight. But, well, I'm going to tell you talked about it earlier there. Spangler, just because he's out front don't mean he was safe. Boy, Randy Shreves came in there and threw a slide job. Here comes Spangler back on the inside.
Yes, Shreves, Spangler going at it, throwing sliders back and forth, but behind them they're throwing sliders as well. Gavin Chattingham, Brandon Dittmer, they're going at it for the third spot. Battle all throughout here.
It is. I saw that one that Dittmer did. He went way up there, almost went into the wall. I probably had to get out of it. Lost all kind of momentum. He's back up there again on that top side cushion. Well, he was rattling that wall just a little bit. You got Chapman right there in front of him. Meanwhile, Miss Spangler's trying to hang off Shreves. Big battle, though, here's for third, fourth, and fifth.
Yes, it is. You see Dimmer goes all the way up to that wall, hits the walls a little bit there.
He's loving that wall, Corey.
He does love the wall.
I mean, if he gets much closer, him and that wall's going to get out there and start hugging.
Well, I mean, you got to be careful of hitting the wall. And never mind, we got a salty dog caution on the track. Who is it? Might be Bixler as well, maybe.
Well, Rayner. It says Rayner's involved also. We'll see. Anybody else? Started to watch it from Krupa here on the thing. Oh, yeah, just a little bit of tire wiggle with each other. And, oh, yeah, another car went in and banged them. Malcolm Mills replay, folks. Well, good one running so far. And I'm seeing multiple grooves starting to form here. I haven't seen that in weeks prior, but starting to see it here tonight a little bit. And that's kind of helping out some of the passing.
Yeah, as we get later on into the season, the weather changes around here and starts to get a little bit more where the moisture is able to not be there or be there more.
The weather starting. Oh, nice race.
They can change the weather.
Going to start snowing.
Well,
Wouldn't that be something? Middle of the race starts snowing.
I mean,
we got a blizzard. We'll be right back, folks.
no, they just put the snow tires on.
Put the Bigfoot tires on them and get out here and start running. Yeah. There we jack them up a little bit. All right, we got 4x4s out here now.
Well, I mean, they do have ice racing with these kind of cars in the winter, so they ain't that far-fetched.
I did see, the jump trucks. They actually run in snow. I saw that one time. That was kind of...
Oh, boy.
I mean, can you imagine these guys? I mean, here's the thing. You're already out of control as it is on dirt. Why not have this thing on snow, pack down the snow, and race? It would be about the same thing as dirt.
It'd just be significantly colder.
Yeah, I mean, because you're already about sliding all over the place with dirt as it is. So here we go. Pace truck's in, going back green. Spangler and company up front. Shreve's trying again, see if we can't get out there and get up there and harass Spangler. But right now, he's got Chatham right there behind him. And Grandy. And look at Dittmer. He's back up there again on that wall.
Yeah, Dittmer been using the outside wall all night long. Gets up in it once again. He goes for the cross under on the blue car. That was Grandy.
Now, he's trying to rub that white off the side of them tires up there every time he gets up on that wall. Dittmer now, he's on the inside. We'll see what happens to him. Meanwhile, it's Spangler out front hanging on. He's taking more of a low-line approach here.
Yeah, something different that Spangler usually doesn't do. Usually we see him up on the high side, but right now he is riding that very, very bottom. You're seeing Grandy. He hit the wall, and Dittmer once again up in the wall, utilizing the fence. Oh my, bouncing it.
Yeah, I was back here around 9th place too, also watching these guys. They're back here, man. They're going at it 2x2. You got Joe Moose back here, Jacob Moose back there. And uh-oh! As soon as I was talking about it, somebody killed a moose. Joe Moose into the wall.
Are we having moose meat for dinner?
I don't know. Somebody call him up, make sure he's all right. Let's see what happened. I guarantee you. Well, it looks like he got in the wall a little bit. And probably, I'm going to say tangled up tire-wise. Back there, Greg and company. Oh, the two cars in front of him got together, and then the car in front of him blinked out. And then Joe Moose, man, had nowhere to go, ripped the wing off. He looks like one of those midget light cars that we saw the other night. Going into pits. Like gonna bring Dean Reynolds in with him too, man. Unfortunate night for him.
Wait, we didn't see any midget light cars.
You know, remember we were talking about last night. We were talking about. Oh yeah, we're talking about it.
Oh, those are different.
Weed Sport. Mod Light, my bad, Mod Light.
Those are completely different.
Well, they look like these cars. If you take the wings off of them, they look like them.
No.
You're telling me if I don't take the front and the top wing off this car, it don't look like them?
It would look like a wingless sprint car then.
That too. But
oh.
and all these cars look the same.
You look the same.
That's one thing about dirt. Y'all have got 9 million different divisions of cars.
Now you just open up a can of worms.
I know all the dirt guys are going to be coming after me now. What's wrong with you, Joe? Trying to get them to debate out in the chat. They're just not doing it. They ain't going for it, are they? I tell you what to get them. Asphalt's better than dirt.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to tell you, yep. NASCAR's more exciting than dirt racing. There you go. That'll get them going. Green flag. Patrick Spangler, he's out front. Tree's going to have his hands full with old Chad Ham right there. And, man, I tell you what, Grandy and Dittmer, they're loving that wall tonight. You know what? I don't think we've seen that all season. Nobody, them getting up that close to the wall.
We've seen them do it in the 360s and the 410s, but not as much here in the 305 division. They're all the way up on that outside wall, actually beating the sideboard off the top wing on it.
It doesn't even look like they pushed a cushion up there, but you can see with the track right now slicking off down there in the middle is where it's all black. They're way up there, man, in that up there near that cushion part.
Grandy went for the slider on Shreves, wasn't able to clear it. He'll do it again down here in turn number 3. This time he'll get the clear. Shreves 3 wide with Chad Ham on the bottom. Oh my.
Woo, yeah, the man in the middle there, Chad Ham, he's looking smooth on that bottom, but you got Shreves, Grandy. Here comes on the top side. Dittmer's back there. He's banging that wall, clanging on it. As you see Grandy again up on the top, boy, Spangler's loving what he's seeing.
Yeah, and I love Spangler's line. He enters the corner up top and then does like a very aggressive cut down to the bottom on X, and that's working for him. It's a very interesting line. I've not quite seen anybody do that before, but sure.
Absolutely. All good battle right behind these two, man. Oh, Chad Ham, Dittmer. Dittmer now is back on the low line. He goes from the top to the low.
And just when he gets up in that top side and hits the wall, it kills off all the momentum. But look at that behind him. That's Jeff Flaro. Flaro started dead last in this race.
Yeah.
He's up 10 spots by now.
A hard charger.
Yes, he is. 11 spots if he can hang on in front of G.J. Boydell.
Got some flair in that thing right now. Look at him, man. He's tearing the top side up, too. Bringing it around. It actually goes down the low side. Takes a slingshot move there. Who was that? G.J. Boydell he's battling with.
Yeah.
White flag one more time, though, for this man out front, Patrick Spangler. He has ruled it. Big battle here happening for third. To the line. Oh, who got it? Dittmer, man, came out of nowhere. Stole it from him. Wow. That was close. It was like a Talladega finish.
Not sure if SDK timing and scoring is caught up or if iRacing hasn't caught up, but it's showing
Which one did it show?
Well, it's showing Dittmer on the SDK timing and scoring, but it's showing Grandy on iRacing.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because over here, the gap, both of them shows 0.003 of a second. So basically, it's saying they made it dead even. It, like you said, on my end, it's giving it to Dittmer. But it looks like it might go to Chad Ham.
Showing Grandy on iRacing again.
Okay.
I think we'll go by iRacing.
We'll go by Ira. All right. Sound good to me. Either way, they came to the line. The line. Well, let's bring up third place man Grandy.
Hey there, Joseph. You got a copy on me?
Yeah, everybody doing?
Well, man, wild finisher for a podium spot. 3 wide. Just talk us through that race.
Yeah, I suck at the bottom here at Knoxville, so starting at the bottom for me wasn't too good. I lost a couple positions, and then it was a good, close race there till pretty much the end between the three of us there, Dittmer and Chatham there.
Absolutely. Well, man, I mean, you know, you come home third here in the 305 division, starting the night off strong. You got anybody you like to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Catalytic Recovery, West End Towing and Repair. Congratulations to Patrick on the win. All the guys at Trainer Mills Racing. girlfriend Olivia for letting me do this every night. I'd like to thank you guys for doing the broadcast, Coast to Coast, other sponsors, and all the guys behind the scenes.
Yeah, folks, your third place man, Joseph Grandy.
Well, bring up our second place guy here, old Shree.
Hey there, Randy. You get a copy on me?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Well, man, you started second in this race and you finished second, but didn't come without at least trying to challenge Patrick up at the front. Talk us through that race.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun race. Really action-packed there at the end with me and Joseph and Patrick there. I know we got 3 wide there for a minute. Me, Joseph, and somebody else. I don't remember who, but I think it was Gavin Chatham. But yeah, that was an awesome race, man. I don't think I was going to catch Patrick. He's always fast in these things. But, you know, I'm happy to take second and just had a lot of fun tonight, man.
Absolutely, man. You had a good job out there, and you got anybody like to thank tonight?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely want to thank my team, Algier Motorsports, Alex Bergeron over at ABR Setup Shop, Coulter West at Redline Design Company, One Wish Foundation, Your Absent Stitches, KSB Builders, Finish Line Repair, Coast to Coast for putting on this awesome league, and you know, you guys up there in the broadcast booth, and you guys do an awesome job every week, and everybody for watching.
Yeah, folks, your second place man, Randy Shreves.
Absolutely. Let's run on down here to the Extreme Speed Victory Lane. And Patrick Spangler did what he needed to do. Patrick, Joe in the booth, got a copy?
Yep, gotcha.
Well, he was able to stay out front, but at any point was he kind of worried? I know that last caution you were able to get away, but before that, man, those guys was on top of you.
Yeah, because I like doing that cut down, but it's hard to do it when they're right on you. So I was trying to build up that gap there so I could do that. Otherwise, you just have to hit your marks, and if you bobble on the inside cushion or the inside berm, then they have a chance at you. So I just need to try and build up that gap there.
Do you think it'll maybe be easier when you got a little bit more power on the other cars?
Yeah, because in the 305s, like all it takes is one bobble and momentum, and then you lose it, and they're going to be right on top of you. 360s, you get a little bit more power, and you have a little bit more opportunity to mess up and not take too much of a hit from it.
No doubt. We'll tell you what, since they were putting Victory Lane here for the 305s, you got anybody you want to thank?
Yep, just you and Corey for the awesome broadcast each week. Roger for running the league. Train Wheels Racing had Grandy in the third place this race, and Dad, I'll go back on watching.
There you go. That's Patrick Spangler bringing it home tonight. Our Extreme E-Speed TV Victory Lane. Well, we're going to head on over here because we got 360s. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back here in a few. All right, folks, we're back here. Get set to the 360s now. All those 305s. Good racing, too.
Absolutely, the 305s put on a good race. Expect to see these 360s do the same.
Might be getting set here to go heat race number 1. Like that, the 305s, we saw some good passing. We'll see even more with these 360s.
Yeah. I think we're waiting on a couple of... never mind. As soon as I said something, they advanced into the heat race.
There we go. Gonna bring us over to Flatline Racing Bodies heat race number 1. Over here, grid. All right, put them up. Got old Kevin Fry gonna be out front in this one. Jacob Moose there and starting second. Joe Moose gonna start third. Brandon Dittmer fourth. Gavin Chatham there in fifth. Joseph Grandy up in sixth, and Patrick Spangler in seventh. We didn't get the lucky draw this time.
No, you can't take 2 in a row where you get very lucky and start out front. He'll have a little bit of work, but you know, Spangler in the 360, he has 5 wins. They've only ran 6 times. This is the 7th time they're racing in the sprint cars this season. So 5 of 6 that's been ran 1. That ain't too bad. And he's got a big gap, almost nearing 100 points over second place in points. Officially 84 points ahead of Joseph Grandy. And would you look at that? He starts right there in front of him.
Yeah,
Mr. Joseph Grandy.
You know, you talk about the points, that's going to start heating up here pretty soon. Pace trucks in. Here we go. Heat race number 1, 360 style here tonight. Wing sprints.
Green, green, green.
I gets a good jump out front. One thing you notice about these is you can definitely spin the back wheels, and Dittmer out there says 83 cents for sale. He's hitting that wall. I don't know about he ain't gonna have much to. Well,
did that lower the price just now?
Yeah. I mean, he slapped the wall. The wing fell off, came back on. Oh, he's got a floppy wheel. He's
got
done.
A couple of floppy wheels.
Yeah. Okay, so it was 83 cents before. It just went down to about a quarter.
About a quarter.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I mean, you'll have it on eBay later tonight, folks, so y'all can check it out. Brandon Dittmer on eBay. So look for the virtual parts there. It'll be a 360 virtual machine wing sprint, hometown heroes. Hitting the wall at a discount. Fry out front, Moose there in second, Grandy third. The 3 are on top of each other.
Absolutely out front still Kevin Fry. White flag in the air for him. Battle is on for second between Joseph Grandy and Jacob Moose.
Is. Fry maybe one time, not quite close enough. Turn 4, it's all going to be Fry. Oh, Jacob and Grandy. Top 3. Run. Bring us into the heat race number 2, Langley Mechanical here. Look at our grid. Got Jeffrey Kemper going to be out front. Jeff Flaro starting in second. Stephen Bixler there in third. Cody Graham in fourth. Donovan Ross fifth. And Eddie Moose. Man, there.
Valero sits third in the points in the 360, so starting off the night good so far in this division.
Oh.
Still 12 points back from Joseph Grandy, though, so a little bit of ground to make up on getting the second in the points, and definitely a lot of ground to make up on your point leader Patrick Spangler, who is almost 100 points ahead of Flair.
Absolutely.
You got Kemper there. The gray car, Flair in the white and blue. Then you have Bixler. They call him the mayor. Isn't he the mayor of that town in Iowa? Didn't
Yeah,
we get
I
that
think he is.
information that one time?
Yeah.
Pretty cool when your mayor is a race car driver.
I know, it's awesome, man.
Uh-huh.
They got the Cars Tours tonight, too. They're going to USA.
America. Well, I don't think we've ever left the United States for any of these series.
No, iRacing doesn't have any racetracks out of the U.S. Oh, really, a little bit of contact up front for the leaders, and around goes Flaro.
Wow.
Not how he wanted to start his heat race.
Not to mention Ed Moose had problems on the drop of the green as well.
Back there in fifth, battle for the lead right now. Kemper, Graham, they're going at it. Just saw, I mean, you can't get these things tangled up together. Just does not work.
No, it does not. When you tangle in a sprint car, it can send you either which way, and it hurts the car a whole lot more than it would in a late model because the body panels just do not bend as much and aren't there to protect the tires. Well, they bend, but they fall off when they bend. Look at this, two wide battle. Kemper just not able to edge out ahead of Graham. Graham officially being scored the leader as of last lap, coming to the white flag. Who's gonna be scored the leader? Still officially scoring, maybe Graham there as the leader.
Yeah, it is. It's a close one here. It's almost like the last time they came to the line 3 wide, didn't know, and boom! Okay.
It gave it to Graham.
It did, yeah. But again, mine said Kemper, but wow. I mean, hey, I'll swing us over here to heat race number 3. And that's Venom Racing. I'm going to tell you what, it's been some close night of racing coming across that line. Bob DeGood is going to start out front in this one. John Krupa is going to start in second. Brian Dickens there in third. Roger Craig fourth. GJ Boydell up in fifth. And Dean Reynolds starting in sixth.
Got a fan out there for Dean Reynolds from earlier.
Yeah.
Still. Gary, you still out there?
Gary's hanging.
Is he hanging? Make sure you drop a like and subscribe on the Coast2Coast Racing Network channel. Or dislike. Well, we don't discriminate. Did you just drop a like there, Joe?
Uh-uh.
Okay. Well, I did. I don't know. Well, it shot up from 3 to 4 on the like counter right after I put a like down. But here we go, Bob DeGood leading them to this thing, and already contact. That's Craig and GJ Boydell.
Oh, man. Hate it on Craig's part. See if he can't get back here and muster something up. Meanwhile, up front, you got Krupa and Dickens. Man, them two guys are going at each other.
Battle there. Krupa on the inside, Dickens on the outside in the pink and yellow car. Officially Dickens now up to second. Now Krupa under pressure from Dean Reynolds. Reynolds with a slider. Crossover looking to happen here. Krupa with it down in 3. Not quite clear. Wasn't able to do it.
Oh,
Makes contact. Uh-oh.
That's
there's Dean.
Wow.
And GJ Boydell gets a piece of the action as well. Oh my.
Oh, and up front, Bob the Good goes upside down. He's doing a barrel roll.
Oh,
I mean, he's doing like a mega barrel roll. Man, call that guy, make sure he's all right at home. Dickens out front in this one. We got a lot of action. And Roger Craig's going, appreciate it. Just stayed out of trouble. I'm back up third. Wow. Turn your nose around, and next thing you know, everything breaks loose.
So Dickens wins. Krupa second. Craig, after contact on the green flag, will be third, and Reynolds fourth. And GJ and Bob. So I'll swing us to a warm up.
Be right back here in a minute, in a few, folks.
Lucy Olson, she has her first point. Yeah, Lucy Olson, talented sophomore.
All right, folks, here we go. Feature time. We're getting them lined up here. Corey will be back here in just a few. Oh, you're back. All right, cool deal. All right. Got our Super Dirt Car Series starting lineup here on this one is 19 of these machines. We get Kevin Fry going to be out front in this one, though. Talked about Patrick Spangler. He's going to be back on 13th, so he's got a little work to get done to get through the field here.
Yeah, the dominant driver of the 360s. A little bit of work cut out for him here tonight. Going for that 6th win on the season. The only other winner in the 360, that's Brandon Dittmer, and he is got even more work cut out for him.
Yes. Guys, man, about to start 20 laps. Got the 410 wing sprints coming up here soon. That ought to be a good one.
So we're going to see somebody we usually don't see out front, and that's Kevin Fry.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Highest Moose starting in this field. That's Jacob Moose in 4th. One of the top storylines tonight, we added a 3rd Moose to the picture, to the herd.
I know. It's awesome. Moose Mania.
We need to have a moose shootout here one night.
Yeah. Like the Moose Mania. Here we go. Feature time 360 wing sprints. Hometown Heroes Flatline Racing Bodies tonight. Green flag, Frying Company out front. Well, they already grounding and pounding. Look at them. 3 wide back in there in about 4th place spot.
Usually ends up 3 wide early on in the race. See Grandy, he got up in that wall. Somehow bounced away from disaster. Has to get out of the throttle. Oh, we got a big go wreck, and Salty Dog caution is out of. There's a couple of them, and the for sale cars once again involved.
Oh, let's go to Malcolm Mills replay. Gonna get that thing sold. He keeps wrecking it. Oh, got punched in the back and then boom into the wall. And like you said, Dittmer is he's gonna have all kinds of parts to sell tonight on that thing.
Spangler involved as well. Oh man, has to take the wow. Luckily they all get a quick fix here, so they'll be able to get a new wing on that car after they get it towed back to the pit area. But tough break for Spangler. His night just got a little bit harder in the 360s.
Alright, Dittmer's able to go pull out the backup car. Starting to lose money before the night's over with.
Yeah, we're down to 10 cents on the car.
In line. Down to a quarter. Down to a nickel before it's over with.
So we'll see if Spangler is able to get that car towed back in time and get a quick fix going before they release them back green. Still, the pace truck lights are on. So he's got a little bit of time here to hopefully get that thing towed and fixed up.
Go.
Remember, the laps do not count under caution on the dirt side, so he is in no danger of going a lap down unless it did a weird scoring thing and put him a lap down, but they're doubling up. He's not got a whole lot of time.
Double these guys up. Get back here, see what we got. Be a good one.
Fry, the man out front, gonna be in control of this. He'll be able to choose where he wants to fire once the pace truck is off, and he fires early.
Green, green, green.
Yeah, it does, and you see them all go single file. Meanwhile, back here in the back, they're going about 2 and 3 wide. Whew. Around about the 6th place spot, but here goes Dickens and Jacob Moose. They're going at it.
Oh, got a car around
back. Yep. Steven Bixler. Looks like Dean Reynolds involved. Let's go to Malcolm Mills replay. Just check out and see what happened. Roger got up into 1, just a little tire rubbing. And from there, it's just nowhere to go. Oh. Crash.
That'll help out Spangler. He's able to start with the field, moves up a couple of spots. Then go too many laps. Didn't even get a lap scored, so definitely a little bit of a break cut out there for Patrick Spangler, your points leader. Is back up to 17th.
Okay.
And maybe 16th. Bob the Good has decided to call it a night. So we'll double them up here once again. Kevin Fry in charge of this field.
Green, green, green.
Fry out to a commanding lead right now over Cody Graham. Dickens there follows. You got a battle going on. That's for the 5th spot. That's Jacob Moose in the middle, almost 3 wide. Kemper in the gray car backed out of the 3 wide action. Grandy in the white car up on high side, banging the board off the guardrail wall. Seen it in the 305 division, drivers using that outside wall to get around this half-mile speedway, and you see it right now with Grandy. He is trying to make up ground on the 2 in front of him. They're going at it. That's Dickens and Graham.
Yes, it is. And out front, you look pretty. They're pretty strong so far. Like you said, Fry. Oh, we got a bunch of them in the back around. That's going to be Roger Craig involved with that one. A couple of them losing their wings back here. Back on the Malcolm Mills replay, see what happened exactly. Jeffrey Kemper was involved. That's just hard racing so far. And Roger Craig, oh, they just got together and was talking. And Kemper just got through in the air. Another car's upside down spinning. Done.
You're done.
Done. Toast.
Or or are you fried?
Well,
True. Fries out front, French fry.
that is true. You're right. And he's looking good too in these 360s.
Yes, he is.
Let us know who your favorite drivers are. Oh, Gary out there said he's still rooting for Dean Reynolds, but Reynolds has not had a good night so far. He's been slung around a few times. And get done wrong.
And Spangler's still not able to really make up much ground. Actually, he's being scored a lap down, so he ain't gonna make anything up other than cars wrecking out.
I know. So, got these 410s coming up here. That's got a lot more power. The pace truck's in, going green, single file. Brian Company up front. I know your boy Fry, he's loving it.
Yes, he is. He's able to get a little bit of an extended lead over Brian Dickens, but behind them you got Grandy and Graham not door banging, they were tire banging there for a moment.
We're locked up there for a second.
Moose, Dimmer, and Flair to move on around Grandy.
Man must have bought some new parts for that thing. Here he comes, Dittmer up 11 spots.
Remember Dittmer, the only other winner so far in the 360 season, up in the wall, and then he went down to a
man, I'm gonna tell you what, he bought some new super parts, got it going, got up in the wall, tore it up again. I'm telling you folks, y'all gonna be able to build a car by the time he's done with this. You might want to take that for sale sign off and say, "No."
Did you buy it?
Well, either way, I help him. Not for sale. Something. Trade. There you go. We'll trade. Having a hard time in the for sale car. Well, what else chaos can happen here tonight?
Fry still on control of the 360s. Fourth caution for the night in these.
True.
A little over halfway. It is going to be good, Joseph. Going to be single file, so that helps out some drivers.
Right. Brian Company up there, Dickens, Graham, Jacob Moose, Andy, top five. Pace cars in. Boy, I tell you what, Fry, he wastes no time getting on that loud pedal. Meanwhile, back here around sixth place spot, they're already on top of each other.
You see Moose, Grandy going at it, Flairo under charge on Jacob Moose. One of the highest running Moose, that's Jacob, and oh my, does he behind him? Hard contact for a couple of drivers.
Go back on a Malcolm Mills replay. Salty dog caution. Bixler. Green machine got the wall, then the other one came up, nowhere to go, and man, I like that little wheel when it goes floppy.
Oh no.
It looks cute.
Oh boy.
Like flapping in the wind. You know, it's like it reminds me of a penguin's wing flapping.
I see no resemblance to a penguin's wing on the floppy wheel.
It's outside like, you know, kind of like flapping.
Man, you're watching the Animal Planet.
Y'all just had to pray for Corey, man. He don't get the references.
People might think we're the Animal Planet here, talking about penguins and mooses.
Hey, yeah. Well, we bring that up because it's actually Musawa, but his nickname is Moose. And it started with Jacob and Joe. Now they got Ed out here, so we went from 2 mooses to 3 mooses, and most of the guys here are from, this is really a Canadian-based league, so obviously in Canada, they have mooses up there. That's where Oswego Speedway is, and matter of fact, if you're up in that area, check out Oswego Speedway. You can also check out D-Force TV on YouTube. They got all the action for Oswego Speedway. Or you can go to c2crl.com.
Do you check it out?
Sure.
Sure.
I did look up the moose sound, that one.
Oh, no. We're going to have to get a sound clip of it one night here, Jeff.
Copyrighted. What's copyright for? Moose sound. Green flag. We're back racing. You guys are trying to get him back. A man on the move right now has got to be Grandy. Look at this. He's taking over third. Slide job up on the inside. Oh, but it's going to cost him. He hit the wall.
Yeah, hitting that wall slowed up that slider that he pulled on Graham, but he's still up on the high side trying to charge on by. It's for third ever Cody Graham for Joseph Grandy, and he is still up in the wall, not giving it up. Oh, wow.
I have not seen these guys get up there and clang and bang on that wall all season, but tonight they are up there just ripping that thing apart.
Something's in the air, I guess. I mean,
it has to be. 'Cause it is definitely up there. It's a fast way around the track, but it is definitely dangerous. Right now, Donovan Ross trying to do the same thing back here, battling with Flaro, who is the hard charger right now, up 11 spots.
12 spots when he gets around Donovan Ross, and then Ross goes back for the crossover on Flaro. 2 to go. Next time by in, never mind. Saw the dog caution.
Oh, Roger Craig wrecked the plane. Let's go to Malcolm Mills replay. See what happened to the 747. The jumbo jet got knocked out of the air. Boom! Yeah, he did. And then, luckily, didn't take a tumble. All right, Kevin Fry still the man out front in this one. Brian Dickens there with him. Cody Graham. Solid race so far, though, guys. I'm liking it. You like it?
Yeah, I'm liking it too, Joe. I'm just checking. Are the fans liking it?
Right.
Gary? We got 23 viewers right now on the Coast2Coast Racing Network. They're all in shock of how good the racing is. That's why they're quiet. We're going to get Joe in a 410 or a 360 one of these weeks.
is Kevin Fry right now, looking strong.
Pace truck lights are off. We'll be pulling down pit road here. Gonna have 2 to go for Fry once he takes the green flag. Cuts down, gets the jump on the field over Brian Dickens. He's got a good gap back to second. No worries so far.
Yeah, no, he don't. Like I said, single file, so Fry's out front, Dickens second, Graham third. White flag one more time. Are we going to see another photo finish?
Dickens just ain't going to be close enough. I do believe last corner, Dickens on the bottom, Fry up top. Just not enough time. Fry is going to win. Dickens second. Graham will hold on to third.
Good race. Good finish to the 360s. Loved it. Can't get a word in with a couple of these guys, but then we're going to swing it on over to some 410 wing sprints. Wow. Bad boys of the wing sprints.
Not to mention that was Kevin Fry's first win, and I do believe that's his first start for the season here in 360. I'm not seeing him on the point standings anywhere, so has to be his first start.
Oh, what a way to come out. Let's bring him up here. Extreme E-Speed TV Victory Lane. Kevin, Joy the booth, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, I tell you what a way to come out swinging here in the 360s, man. Dominating and winning this thing tonight. How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Finally get some good luck on my side, and feels good.
No doubt. Well, how was the car? All night long, we've seen guys get up there on that wall, and something we hadn't seen all season long. Is it just how the track has changed or something?
I don't know. Here at Knoxville, man, it gets so bumpy, like you're on an off-road track, and in VR, it's just bad. So I try to stay away from being on the very top and just doing the regular sliders or being on the bottom. I just feel like I'm faster doing sliders or doing being on the bottom than being up top, being like an off-road track. So sometimes I get past. Sometimes they'll hit the wall and crash. So that's part of the racing dirt on the top. So
yeah, well, I'll tell you what paid off for you tonight. You got anybody want to thank for this awesome win?
Absolutely, yeah. Dirty South Sim Racing. I appreciate those guys for all the hard work that they do over there for the setups and all the coaching that they do, and that has helped me tremendously here in the last couple weeks of what lines to run and with all the great setup help that they give. Can't thank those guys over there and Dean for helping me spot tonight. So thank you guys.
Well, there you go. That's your winner tonight there in Extreme E-Speed TV Victory Lane. Let's bring up old Cody Graham. Let's get a word with.
Hey there, Cody. You got a copy on me?
Yep.
Well, man, able to hold on for a podium finish here in the 360 division. Just talk us through your race.
Yeah, I think it was just better to rather be lucky than good. With only 18 cars and the overcast, the track didn't really slick off too much, so it was just really a product of starting up front and, with the track just not really blown off at all, it just could keep speed up there, and I was just holding on for dear life trying to keep Grandy behind me because he was a menace out there, and I don't know, he's got the speed that he carried through the corner, and I just couldn't match it, so I was just hoping I could hold on to it, and I know we got hooked up there a bit, and we were bouncing off each other, so I think it probably broke his right front or something, which was unfortunate, but I'll take it.
Absolutely, man, you did good out there. You got anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Just all the guys that we have, Fast Eddie's, Hot Rods, you guys, as always, for putting on the broadcast, and Roger and all the boys for the league.
Yeah, folks, your third place man, Cody Graham.
Yeah, Awesome job on his end here tonight. We'll look up this guy here.
Hey there, Brian. You get a copy on me?
Got you, buddy.
Well, man, second place here in the 360 division in the pink and yellow sprint car. Just talk us through that race, how you were going to catch up to Kevin Fry if you thought about it.
Yeah. Kevin was running a flawless race. Wasn't much I could do with him. I got up beside him a couple times, but that was about it. Want a whole lot of room to do a whole lot more the way the track was. How about that?
Well, you mentioned how it's so hard to get up there. Does it hurt more when it's a single file restart at the end there?
No, I'd rather have it single file, honestly, yeah.
Alright, well, either way, man, you're able to hang in there for a second. You got anybody like to thank tonight for your outstanding performance?
Sure, gotta thank the Hammer Down Racing guys, Brandon, Kurt, and Joe. The Dirt Track Bank for everything they do for us and everybody out here. GY6RN Racing Network. Then I want to thank you guys for putting on the broadcast, and C2C for everything they do for us.
There you have it, folks. Your second place driver, Brian Dickens.
There you go, and it looked good tonight too. Man, looks strong. Well, hang on to it. We're going to the 410 wing sprints. We'll be right back here in just a few.
She has her first point. Yeah, Lucy Olson, talented sophomore.
All right, now we got the 410s, hometown heroes here tonight. Been a good one with the 305, 360s. These guys now have got all the power in the world, Corey.
Yes, they do. Joe, definitely going to be a lot more easier to power out of a mistake if you make one in a 410.
Well, how they told me was you got more throttle control with these cars. The major difference that they say they see coming from, something like the 360 or 305, whereas those, especially the 305, where you might be all the way on the throttle all the time. Here, it's kind of an egg under the throttle, and like you said, just always using that throttle control. More skill.
Yeah, just a little bit more throttle control required in one of these compared to the 360s. 360s, you can kind of get away with a lot more full throttle versus the 410, but here we go. We're rolling into heat race number 1.
It is Flatline Racing Bodies heat race number 1. The grid, see what we got. Jeff Flero out front, Gavin Chapman there in second, John Krupa in third, Chad Cote fourth, Joseph Grandy in fifth, Cody Graham sixth, and Brandon Dittmer there in the 7th place spot. So, 7 car trucks. I was about to say 7 trucks. Still stuck on that last night's race, that truck race here at Coast to Coast. That was a good one too, by the way.
Yes, it was. It came down to a fuel mileage race.
1 lap to go, man. He ran out of fuel. Wow.
That would be something that would happen to you.
Yeah, 20-some seconds. 20-some second lead. Run out of fuel with 1 to go. I think I'd just quit. Why I don't race.
Oh, Joe's gonna get it. We're gonna put him in a 410 one night.
Yeah, you want me to wreck the field?
I mean, if you want to wreck the field, feel free, but make sure I'm not involved in the wreck.
Just telling you, that's probably what's going to happen. You put me in a 410. Pace trucks off. We're going green flag. Heat race 1 here. Flatline Racing Bodies. Gone. Flero's out front. Chatham right there behind him. Ote. And look at this 3-wide mess in the back and already into the wall. Dittmer put away the for sale car, by the way.
Ah, I see that now. He has a paint scheme on that. Still black and red, though.
Still a ver slamming the wall a little bit. Graham in front of him. Meanwhile, Flero's the man out front. Chatham right there behind him. Ote, third. Right kind of single file right now.
Single file throughout the field. Track just hasn't had a chance to blow off yet. And, only 14 cars registered. I do believe we are missing one of them that'll be in the next heat.
Yeah.
So 13 cars registered. Not a whole lot of cars to make the track get slick.
But you still got that power. So there you go. Battle for second. Comes Cote. Wait a minute. Oh, white flag. One more time. Got a 3-car battle.
So do Gavin Chatham trying to hold off Chad Cote. They're in third. Grandy, one last shot. Not going to be able to make it happen. Flero wins. Chatham second. Cote third. Grandy fourth. Graham fifth. And Dittmer
I
sixth.
like what Flero just did. He jumped the fence. Yeah. Heat race number 2. Langdon Mechanical. Grid. Stephen Bixler out front in this one. Donovan Ross starting second. Patrick Spangler in third. Jeffrey Kemper starting fourth. Bob DeGood fifth. Kevin Fry sixth. And Roger Craig in the 7th.
So Bob DeGood not going to make the show here. He is not in the server.
Big time.
Nah, he joined and then just didn't he backed out and then rejoined, I guess.
Oh. Maybe he'll make it back in before the feature.
Maybe he'll come in for the late model stocks later on after these.
We got USA Speedway. And there's two versions of that here. Actually, on iRacing, they have it as the dirt and asphalt. It used to be a real track. It's not, it's shut down now. Real track, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a real track, and now I think it's like a Gatorade manufacturing factory.
Yeah, they tore it down, they tore it up, but yeah. And so iRacing went ahead and just made it kind of a fictitious style dirt track, so it is kind of a big dirt track, that is. But green flag! Bixler, Ross up front. Boy, they're going to go at it. Ooh, look at that.
Oh, wow.
That's close corner.
3 wide, almost 4 wide. Kemper getting it. Oh, man, 3 of them.
Man, Fry just got fried on that deal with Bixler. Craig. Ross out front still, and look at Kemper and Spangler going at it.
See Spangler trying to turn around the luck from the 360 race. He's under pressure now. That is Jeffrey Kemper overtaking him for second. And this track, it is not slicking off as quickly as it did in the other 2 divisions. Still very, very tacky.
Tight. Yeah. You see, and I'm learning what Corey's talking about. Is you see the track right now, it still shows it's kind of brownish and white right there. And it starts getting black. That's when he starts talking about that soup.
Yeah, you can see a little line forming up in both corners right around where the left rear tire sits when they are on the bottom. White flag for Ross here, and not a whole lot of time for Kemper to get up there.
Ooh, did you see Spangler?
Yeah, Spangler trying to get for the last lap pass, not going to make it happen. Kemper second, Spangler third, Ross winning.
Good one there. Ross, so go. Should put us in a little bit of warm up here. We'll see. We'll be right back here in a few, folks.
She has her first point. Yeah, Lucy Olson, talented sophomore.
All right, now it's feature time here for the 410 Wing Sprints here with the Hometown Heroes. Week 8 here tonight. Check out a little shot here of what the grid looks like. 14 good machines out here. Jeff Flaro's going to start them out front. Bob the Good's going to be the man out back. Got a lot of heavy hitters in between them there. Well, you said it earlier, Corey. These guys here, the track's not slicking off as fast. Will 20 laps give them enough time to slick it off?
Well, you know, they had a little bit of a warm-up. They were able to work the bottom end and slick it off a little bit more. But 20 laps with 13 cars, it's just going to be a tall order for this track to maybe go 2 grooves. It might, if we get lucky here, it might be a middle and a top side track. But looking at it, it looks a little bit better off than where we left from the final heat race there.
It looks like it's starting to, you know, the ground in a little bit down on that bottom. All about pushing the cushion up to the top. So I'm going to give a shout out to Oswegan Speedway again, bringing our warm-up intermission for us. Bolyer's Farm Management out there for the driver of the week.
Green flag.
Who I called up with. Hey, Roger. Y'all need to tell me who driver of the weeks are. On the website, it only goes to week 6.
We are on week 7 for the Hometown Hero. No, we're on week 7 because last week was that charity race.
Yeah, you're technically right, but they're counting it as still week. Anyway, yeah. But the website's only showing week 5 or 6. Week 5. Either way, green flag. We're at it. Drivers of the week. Gotta love them. Out front, look at Flaro and Ross. Kemper kind of spread out. You gotta go back here to Spangler, who just got shoved in the wall. Woo! Might have hurt the car. And
absolutely.
I don't agree with what he just did. Wow. Back on the Malcolm Mills replay, watch it one more time. He got hit into the wall, kept going straight, but then stopped on the track.
Okay, he had a broken tie rod, and when he hit the wall the second time, it kind of slowed that car up to a stop. I'm not sure that'd be intentional.
Okay. Broken tie rod. Let's see if he brings it down in the pit road. Get a new car?
Well, you should go get a new car.
Hope so.
Well, he has one of your floppy wheels.
It wasn't showing. Now he's out there spinning tires. All right, get it together, Spangler. We know you better than that. You're the man.
He definitely came in for a new car.
All right.
All right.
We just don't like seeing cars stop on the track.
We know, Jeff.
Anyways, go back to that driver's over. I figured it. Okay. It says week 5. Yeah, it leaves off at week 5.
Okay.
Even if we're in week 7, we still need week 6. But anyways, well, week 5, we still could, the dirt would actually be the dirt driver of the week for week 5 of the Coast2Coast Racing League 2023 spring dirt season. Brian started P17 and last week's small block modified, see, it's not even the right one, small block modified division, and drove all the way to P1 past the 16 cars. Oh, yeah. As far as the driver of the week goes, maybe a little heads up, it's a little off on the website. So we'll get that straightened out and then we'll get it. But Still want to shout out the sponsor. Appreciate those guys, man, coming on board. Lawyers Farm, as we got a huge one in the back here. Uh-oh. Roger Craig is barrel rolling.
And Spangler and Cody.
Go back on the Malcolm Mills replay, because there was quite a few of them on that one. Wow. The 747 Jumbo, somebody knocked that thing out the sky with a rocket. See what happened. Not sure if it started with Craig or not. We'll see if it maybe started from it. Oh, looks like a little tagging. Oh, yeah, it did. He got... Oh, what a wheelie. I don't know who did that wheelie, but man, I got to go back and watch that again. That was impressive. That was awesome. I got to find out who was in that 567 car.
567.
Find me who was in that 567 machine.
You're looking at the same paint. I don't see a 567 car.
Is it? Well, from my angle, it might be.
What color is it?
77. 777. Might be 70.
Sure it ain't the 11?
Balls and top.
What color is it?
Yellow.
It's yellow. That would be the 11.
The numbers. Watch this, folks, real quick with a wheelie. This is impressive. That was beautiful. I got to give that man 10 out of 10 on that wheelie. He drove a wheelie all the way on the straightaway. Unfortunately, ended up hitting the wall and tearing that car all to pieces. But the wheelie looked good.
Green, green, green.
We're back green. I had to show the wheelie. Sorry about that on the green flag, but wow. It looked cool.
That's what you'd be doing out here.
Yeah.
But Flair out front here. Donovan Ross second. They got a big old gap, and oh, we got a big old wreck once again. Bixler involved.
Go to Malcolm Mills replay, see what's happened. Maybe car, but yeah, I mean that was a huge wheelie. Able to do like that. Bixler here. Watch this Malcolm Mills replay. Get a little bit of lock to tires. A little bit of tag right there. 3 wide, and no, it's not going to work. And he just got run over. Okay. So far.
Absolutely good racing so far here in the 410 division. Fans, don't go away, because once the 410s are done, we'll have the late model stock cars.
That's right. Car tours coming up, USA. So Claro pulled this thing off. His night's not been kind of been an up and down roller coaster for him so far.
We definitely had a little bit of help with starting on the pole here in the 410s. Winning his heat race and from the pole of his heat race as well.
Did. Claro, Ross, Dittmer, Kemper, Chatham. I'm going to say his last name.
Who, Chatham?
I always call him Chatham, but
I
probably
think
like you
Chatham.
said. Yeah, Chatham is more of a pronunciate. Chatham. I mean, I guess you could say it either way. I mean, we'll find out one day. Right now, we'll stick to Chatham. Green flag. Flaro's man out front, though. He got a good jump over Ross. Ooh,
yes, he did. You see Ross a little bit in the wall there, and that allows Dittmer to get around him for the second spot. And Dittmer, he has been on a move here, up 9 spots. He's got one more spot, and he'll be looking at a victory lane. We got another Saudi dog caution on the track. Ooh, yeah,
Patrick Spangler.
Randy.
Yeah, Patrick Spangler. Not the night he was. He's out there without he's out there without wings. He's turned that thing into a wingless sprint car. And it's not going to work. Tell me that was the...
Nah, that was not the caution. We had Kevin Fry and Grandy. There.
Be more like chase me.
I know, I'm sorry.
For some reason Corey likes looking up tailpipes of cars.
I know. I'm aware.
Watching Malcolm Mills replay. Fry out here. White Spangler out there with his half a wing sprint car. Deal and boom! Oh, he just got tangled up, and then he goes almost hit the trash can. Ooh.
That's a barrel. That's a sand barrel.
Was. Yeah. I mean, it's probably full of sand, like you said, yeah. It looks like a trash can.
Maybe a water barrel.
Could you imagine it being a trash can and somebody hitting that thing? Throw trash all over.
I mean, you know, it kind of is a trash can. They just fill it with sand or water.
I can see they accidentally fill it with trash and it gets hit and throws trash all over the track.
Later.
One of the drivers gets hit in a visor with a hot dog or something. That would be fun. What just flipped off my visor? Be calling in his crew chief. I think that was a weenie.
They don't have spotters in this, Joe.
Oh, they don't? Oh, well, what about crewman? He'd be like, it wasn't no car parts, you're all right. Green flag, Flaro out front, Dittmer right behind him. Big battle happened around fourth place spot, though.
Not a whole lot of cars left on the track. You got about 7 or so. You see...
Yeah. Keep banging that wall like that, there ain't gonna be many more left.
Dang, Chatham a little bit up in the wall.
Kemper back here, man, doing it. Krupa. Spangler's the one that's one lap down. He's out there, and he's still out there, got like a goat cart. I mean, no wing. That thing's got to be a handful with no wings.
Yeah, definitely a lot more harder to handle without a wing on top for the aerodynamics for Spangler. He's just trying to get as many spots as he can. I think he'll call it quits here. As long as he don't stop, he should be all right.
Yeah, he jumped the hump there for a second. Flaro up front, though, meanwhile, he's got trouble with Chad Hamm and Dittmer. And them two guys are going at each other.
Dittmer trying to get back around Chatham. He's going to send it on the bottom. Not a whole lot of room to do a 2-for-1 slider. He'll have to back out of it. Try once again. There's only 6 cars on the lead lap right now. That's Flair, Chatham, Dittmer, Graham, Kemper, and Krupa.
It is. Dittmer, Graham, like you said, Kemper, Krupa. Flaro still maintaining out front in this one. 5 to go.
5 to go for Flaro. Less than 5 to go. 4 to go. And we got contact. Dittmer going for a ride.
Yeah, he did. He got tangled up with the wheels. We saw it live. We'll go back on the Malcolm Mills replay. Watch it again. They got tangled up on the tires. And from there, it's just disaster. There's just nothing you can do.
No.
Get those tires locked up on these wing sprints. I mean, any open wheel for that matter. They get locked up. What you doing right there, you saw it, and then he just went for a ride on the wall. Luckily, his wing stayed intact. Got a tough wing. Maybe he needed to sell that car. It stayed together. He's better built. What do you feel?
I didn't fall asleep. Not yet. So luckily for Dittmer, he did have a quick fix left over, able to get a new wing on that car. Still 6 of them on the track and on the lead lap. Technically 7 if you want to count in Spangler and the wingless car. The only wingless out here. Not quite what you want to have in a winged sprint car race.
No. Although those wingless sprints, man, those things are.
Yes, they are. Not a whole lot of aerodynamic downforce on one of those because they don't have the wing pushing down for grip. Still the same amount of power though.
Oh yeah. Getting set, single file. Pace truck's gonna duck off, going green flag. Black Line Racing Bodies hometown heroes tonight. Coast to Coast Racing League is out at C2CRL.com. Jeff Flero out front in this one. Got to lead the pack. Green flag, we're racing here.
Green flag, green flag.
3 to go for Flero out front. Seen Graham try to send it on Chatham, was just barely cleared on the front end. See him at the back though, going at it. That's creeping Dittmer.
I saw that move by Graham, and like you said, that was close, just barely, almost clipping the back end there of Chatham. As Chatham's moving on up on Flero. I talked about it. Sometimes cautions catch up to the leader, but maybe he might just run out of time.
White flag in the air for Flero one more time to hold off Chatham. He's got one more shot down there in turn 3. He gets to the inside, just not enough grip down there. Flero, he's going to be able to hold on. Chatham second, Graham third. Officially Kemper 4th, Dittmer 5th, and Krupa the last car won the lead lap in 6th.
Outstanding run there for these guys. Is a word in with them, like you said. Flero able to hold off Chatham. He tried there on those last couple laps. Talked about it a many times. You're out there dominating. Next thing you know, those cautions start rolling up on you, and this track changes. Dirt changes so much. Get out of that groove. You get out of your routine. And you lose the lead. Seen it happen a lot. Bring up old Flero, get a word with him. Jeff, join the booth. Got a copy? You hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, okay. Well, I tell you what, a little scare there at the end, but you was able to hang on and win this thing.
Yeah, I got lucky there. Gavin was coming pretty quickly. Yeah.
Do you think maybe the cautions out there might have messed up your groove a little bit?
Yeah, I was going good. Rather not see the cautions, but they happen.
Well, you was able to hang on.
I just got lucky. I got lucky tonight with the 410s with the pill draw, and stuff went my way. You know, earlier tonight I ran well, but I didn't have no luck.
Look, you had the skill here in the 410s and able to pull it off.
Yeah.
Got anybody you want to thank for the win?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my wife for letting me do it. Sweekin Speedway, Glenn and Tina. You for the broadcast, Coast to Coast Racing. That's it.
I'll tell you what, there's old Jeff Flero bringing it home here tonight. Man, a good guy there, Corey. He says, look, he looked pretty good out there on the track. Well, let's bring up second place, man. Let you get a word with him. Old Chatham. Maybe we can find out how to say his last name.
Hey there, Gavin. You got a copy on me?
I hear ya.
Well, man, you're able to hang in second. A little bit of attrition here tonight in the 410s. Just talk us to that race.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like it always is. The 410s are tough to drive, and especially when the track slicks off. But man, I felt so good in there. I was like, man, I might get this. And that one caution, the caution with 3 to go, really hurt me. I had a huge run on Jeff, I think, going on the bottom. I think I was about halfway up on him, and the caution came out. So that killed our run. I tried again, and on the last lap going to the 1 and 2, I messed up my line, and he just gave enough to get the win. And congrats to Jeff. You know, he's good, and he was being smooth when he needed to be smooth and fast, and good for him. Congratulations. And we'll get one of these days. But we're getting closer each week, which is awesome.
Absolutely. You were smooth enough to get second. You had anybody I think tonight.
I just want to thank you guys. Awesome job on the broadcast. I want to thank Coast to Coast and everybody who helps out with Coast to Coast and making this possible for all of us. I just want to thank Chatham Motorsports, Mike Schick Motorsports Designs, Northeast Outlaw Motorsports, and gosh, I'm forgetting everybody. It's been a while since I've been interviewed. I think that's everybody. I just want to thank the fans. I hope everybody had a great time watching the race. I hope we put on some good shows tonight for everybody. And I just want to thank my fans who come out and watch us every week and support us. And thanks for supporting and watching.
There you have it, folks. Your second place driver, Gavin Chatham.
Thanks, guys. You have a good night.
There we go. Home in second. Well, let's bring this man up here. Cody, get a word with him.
Hey there, Cody. You get a copy on me?
Sure do.
Well, man, a little bit of attrition here tonight. Just talk us through your 410 race.
Yeah, it was, I helped out with the thin field, but I know throughout the year I've been nibbling for the 360s and 410s. I've got a couple top 5s, top 4s, and tonight I got a podium on both, so I'll take it. But yeah, it helps when, quite a few fast guys aren't here and guys in front of you wreck. But I found something at the end. It's like 2 laps to go, so it kind of ran off. We had maybe about 3-4 more laps and might have had something for them, but it's all good.
Either way, you were able to hang in there for top 3. You got anybody thanking your 410 division race?
Yep, same thing as last time. All my guys at Graham Racing, even though 3 of them had to leave, but me, John, and then you guys with the broadcast, Roger and the boys for the Fun League.
There you have it, folks. Your third place driver, Cody Graham.
Absolutely. Well, folks, don't go anywhere. We got the car tours coming up here shortly. We'll be right here back in a few.
Before they go fast and start to power slide, we salute you with the big blocks 4 wide, the ground pounding, earth shaking, window rattling beast of the Northeast. It's the big block modified Super Dirt Car Series.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our weekly race chat.
Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey are live and interactive every Tuesday night. Rivals Race Chat is your home for race discussion, debate, news, interviews, and more. They'll even take your questions and comments live on the air and talk to some of the newsmakers each week. Tune in every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on GeForce TV.
for Lucy Olson. She has her first point.
Yeah, Lucy Olson, talented sophomore.
All right, folks, here we go. We got the Car Tours USA late models qualifying here underway. Be good. Go from the dirt side to the asphalt side.
From a half-mile dirt track to a 3/4 mile paved oval down in Lakeland, Florida, or well, used to be a racetrack down here. Now it is a PepsiCo factory.
Yeah.
Distribution factory, that is.
What'd you say they sell? Gatorade.
Well, it's a distribution factory. PepsiCo owns it. But, yeah, Gatorade's there, and they have a Walmart.
Oh, got Walmart.
They got a Walmart distribution factory as well, and Amazon distribution. So, fortunately, track's no longer around. Hate to see tracks go away, but last race here was in 2008. Has 14 degrees of banking in the corners.
And this track's almost like a Martinsville.
Not really. It has a little bit more banking.
No, I'm saying formed like a paper clipped like a Martinsville.
Okay, it is a true little oval. No weird.
Where do you see an oval at in this track? Really? I mean, I'm just saying, where do you see an oval in this track? Oh, man.
Joe, look at the track map. Look at the track map.
Yeah, I'm looking at the track map. This thing's got 2 straightaways and 4 turns.
Yeah.
Each end, and it's straight aways, just like Martinsville, that has 2 straightaways and 4 turns. Where do you see a Kansas-style track that we ran at last night, which was an oval, by the way?
I did not say anything. I said there is no...
You said this was an oval. That's what you just said.
I just said it.
You just said it was an oval.
I did. I said there is no weird. I said there is no weird triangles or anything weird going on.
Folks, don't worry about it. Corey sometimes smokes some stuff, and man, you know, hey, he'll be okay. Don't call it. See, there's a perfect shot of the track, folks. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna stop the picture right there so everybody can see. Everybody's watching the broadcast right now. Please tell me out of that picture that you're seeing where you see a oval on
That's
this
an
track.
oval. That's an oval.
Put Martinsville beside by side with this track.
Martinsville is an oval.
You'll see the similarities.
They call it a paved oval. Martinsville's an oval.
We'll pray for him.
Anything circular in this shape is an oval. It's rounded
So
off.
did we just come from an oval?
Yes. We just came from an oval. Yeah.
From a dirt track.
A dirt oval. I understand.
So you still say that this track's not similar to the layout of Martinsville?
Not even close.
Not even close. Not even close.
It is way
let's
more
ask.
Yeah.
Besides from the banking, I'm saying the layout, straightaways, and all that. That's in the banking. So, I'm gonna ask in the chat. What do y'all think? Does this track look more like Charlotte, or does it look more like Martinsville? Just say it. By that picture right there, y'all are seeing on screen.
Okay, but it's longer than Martinsville.
That's not the question, and that's not what we're saying. But let's grit it up either way. These guys are going racing. We got we're look good here. Coast2Coast Racing League. Brian Dickens, the man out front. Andrew Smith there second. Bruce Windsor starting in third. Lance Ripka in fourth. He used to run a lot of the dirt tracks over to the asphalt side some. Brandon Templeton there in fifth. Isaac Sellis up in sixth. Brandon Ishcannon up in seventh, starting seventh. Cody Graham starting eighth. Cullen Johnson in ninth. GJ Boydell starting 10th. Got Daniel Blau in 11th. Jeff Flero 12th. Jeffrey Kemper 13th. Tim Chapman 14th. Stephen Bixler 15th. John Krupa 16th. And Roger Craig, he rounds out the 17th place spot.
So 17 cars, 75 laps here, 3/4 mile paved oval.
Yeah. That looks like Martinsville.
It does not look like Martinsville.
I want some of this stuff.
It's in the same shape. Bristol is an oval.
Okay, what was it you just said before you said the Bristol part? It's
It is in the same shape as every
Martinsville.
other normal looking oval.
Folks, hard to find good help nowadays. Just kidding. He's young. We'll pray for him.
We know. You need your eyesight checked.
Hey,
Jeff.
man, look. I guarantee I'll get more people to agree with me than they'll say, oh, this looks like every other oval out there. No.
It does. Either way, here, Brian Dickin.
Yeah.
Just ran in some sprint cars.
Who's going to be the asphalt ringer here tonight?
Green, green, green.
Smith and Company. Oh, see the dog back there. Look at that. That's Johnson.
Oh, we got a
red
wreck
cars
already.
around the back. Oh, yeah, big one. Well, the Malcolm Mills replay here is got a Lucy Olson green flag. Got it stopped here from a salty dog caution. Check real quick. Saw Johnson back there kind of had to check up a little bit. Oh, he just got turned around. Kemper did. Boom, they're in the wall. Roger Craig, good job by Roger Craig. I don't know if you saw that there. He slammed on his brakes and avoided it all.
Yeah, so Kemper just got turned down. Either Kemper came up or Chapman came down and
yeah, who knows?
Head in the middle. But heavy damage on that 181 of Kemper.
Mm-hmm.
They do get one quick fix, so expect him to... Yeah, he thought about it. Almost could have hit the little barrels at the end of the line there, or tires, or whatever they are.
He didn't use his quick fix, though.
No, he did not. He elected not to come in. Maybe he just wasn't caught up to the field all the way and would have went a lap down if he came in. We'll see if he comes in now. See everybody else.
Chapman's coming in. Bixler's coming in. Now he's coming in.
Yeah, so he's just trying to catch up to the field so he didn't get a lap down, because something different on the asphalt side here compared to the dirt is the caution laps count.
And 2 go lap down.
So we'll see all these drivers.
A couple cars missed their pits, and that's not going to help him either. The undrop machine having a hard time getting in his pits. Got it. Got his fast fix used up. We're good to go. Back racing.
Well, you know, you can't change tires anyways. The only thing you can do is get your damage fixed up and maybe take some gas if you need some weight on the back end of the car. Chapman electing not to take a quick fix, just gonna let the crew hammer the body panels back out to somewhat of a good shape. So we'll line him back up again. Andrew Smith was able to nose out ahead of Brian Dickens. So he'll be in control of this restart here in the Mission 22 restart zone. Once we get to the orange cones, we'll see the Lucy Olson green flag.
That's right.
Here we go.
Smith gets a good jump out there with Dickens. Oh, no. Oh, that was close.
Oh, Ripko's leaning all over Brian Dickens. Luckily, was not at full speed, or else I think that might have been a different outcome.
Yeah, saw that. We had that back. It's about as close as you can get hitting somebody on the back corner without spinning them out. I'll tell you that. And right now, you got Windsor Templeton. It's Cannon right here around 7th place spot. That's a good cluster. Oh, Colin Johnson. We talk about the that's the Corgi dog.
Yeah, and you know, he's second in points. He's only 4 points behind your points leader. That's Templeton.
Yeah.
So 4-point difference for your top 2 in points.
Back in 13th right now. Little race going on around about 10th place spot though.
So we do. We got Daniel Blau up there in the John Deere collared car, and you got Falero in the Sun Drop.
Now, the one thing I will say about this track, as opposed to what we were talking about with Martinsville, you got a lot more room here. It's wider.
Really?
Yeah.
It's wider, and they carry a whole lot more speed. I'm pretty sure they're...
Yeah, the banking helps. The banking helps them out on that, yeah.
I think they're going as quick in the corner as they do on the straightaway at Martinsville.
Yeah, that banking. Blau almost had it, and then the dog punched him, bit him in the side. You saw it live right there. Wow. John Deere machine got turned. Looks like a John Deere tractor.
Yes.
At a country song. John Deere tractor.
I don't think
it goes something like that. I mean, I don't know the exact words, but I mean, I was just saying.
There's a few of them out there about a John Deere tractor.
Yeah. It's an older song. So.
We know.
Man controlling the front, Aaron Smith.
Andrew Smith. Canadian.
Yes. If we seen any mooses.
He probably has, maybe.
Well, Roger said he's never really, maybe only seen maybe one, or didn't see.
Yeah, but does Roger live in the countryside or in the city?
Ain't from Canada.
Ah.
Costs too much up there.
You haven't asked?
He goes fishing a lot, so I imagine he's probably run across one.
Sure he has.
He's a bass fisher. Roger is. He's getting out there, man, catching fish. Bruce Smith's going to bring us back to the green. Dickens going to be right behind him. Ripka up there with him. Windsor and Stellis. All the top 5.
Salas, congratulations to him last week winning the big block specials.
Nice. Done, huh? Let's know who your favorite driver is out there for this one. No Dean Reynolds in this one. Good night here so far. The hometown heroes, though.
We know who your favorite driver is. It's always Roger Craig, and mine has always been the Corgi car. Maybe.
I gotta pull for old guy out here. Come on.
Oh, come on, man! I gotta pull for the dog.
47. I like the dog paint job. They need to get one out here with a bulldog or something on it, so I can say every time they get down, they mash the front end, it looks like a bulldog.
Ah.
Yeah. Aaron Smith Dickens up front, go back green.
A bulldog wouldn't be as cute though.
Hey, what?
What?
You ain't never had a French bulldog? Man, things are cute.
Man, it looks like they got their face mushed in of a frying pan.
Well, no, I can't help, man. Look like they ran out in front of a truck.
Oh.
But man, my French bulldogs are cute. I got Boston Terriers the same way. Really?
Now you won't play Call of Duty later.
You're a cat lover. We understand.
Oh.
And by the way, Corey is single and has cats.
I do.
Mission 22 restart zone. We're going for the Lucy Olson green flag. We're back racing.
Well, I better start for Lance Ripka, not in the back end of Brian Dickens this time. He'll be able to get edged out ahead on the exit of 2, but Dickens with the high side momentum. I'm not sure the high side's going to work out too far into a run here. You see it there. He's just starting to fall off pace from Ripka. Ripka's able to get clear. Dickens will fall in line in 3rd. Oh, and Silas a little bit of boop to Dickens. Dickens was able to hang in.
Hey, Corey, we were riding on board with Dickens, and he just instantly, man, shuffled that wheel when you said that Silas got in the back end of it.
That's the first side-by-side battle, actually. Salas and Templeton.
Yeah, I don't think the outside, unless you just got new tires, is going to work out too well at this track.
Definitely got to hug the bottom line. You see Templeton now falls in line, single file throughout this whole field. And as soon as I say that, Ish Cannon thought about taking it too wide on Bruce Windsor.
Oh. Cannon looked pretty good back there in 7th. Graham hanging on to 8th. You got Boydell there in 9th. Flero in 10th. Everybody kind of single file for the moment.
At least for now, until tires start wearing out. You see Bruce, he thought about going in on the inside of Templeton there. That's for 5th.
Yeah, it is. So far, so good. Smith out front. Ripka. Windsor.
Templeton a little bit loose there on corner entry in front of Bruce Windsor. Bruce trying to put the pressure down. You see Templeton a little bit of wall grinding action, but at the back we have a car a little off the track there. Flairo. Not sure what happened to him. Oh,
yeah, Chatham Company, those guys back there, they're side by side. They're back talking about it a little bit. Wow. Him and Bixley. Got a couple sun drop machines back there. I wonder if they're teammates.
I'd say not, because that's the default iRacing paint. So anybody that signs up, that's what you get assigned.
Oh, okay.
It
Got
just have not got
Bixley.
We put your
and the
logo
Blau.
on.
And we got the Corgi machine there, Johnston, back in 12th. Roger Craig, he's right there in front of him. Looking good. Kemper, DJ Boydell. Everybody, I'm going to say right now, is being kind of patient.
Yeah, definitely a lot more of a patient track. It will come to you. 50 to go still. And, I mean, they're turning 21.5s at the front, 21.6s at the front. It's a long ways around. Definitely one of the longer tracks throughout the season. I do believe it is our longest track, unless we go to a mile long.
That would be Dover.
Are we going to go to Dover?
No, I don't think we go to anything longer than this, right? It's all short tracks, which I consider Dover short track too, so that's for another conversation. Got a good battle between Ish Cannon and Windsor.
Yeah, I do believe this is the longest track. Unless North Wilkesboro is longer, I don't think it is. I feel like Wilkesboro is maybe 5/8 mile. This is a 3/4. Everybody's being patient right now. No one's quite in a side-by-side battle yet. Hard charger right now is Roger Craig, actually. He's up 6 from where he started this race. Back there in the 747 car. Has your logo on the deck lid. That adds 1 more horsepower under the hood.
Ish Cannon made it around him, but Windsor's got Graham right there behind him. Good multi-car battle going on. Andrew Smith, man's out front.
Smith been out front ever since the start of the race. He edged out ahead of Dickens before the first lap caution that we had.
Yeah.
Hasn't looked back ever since. Ripka has been right there behind Smith, just taking his time, waiting on Smith to burn off his tires.
He is. Kind of just being patient right now. Templeton, the man, had to go high. That allowed Ish Cannon to get up underneath him for the moment. He thought about it.
And now he's going to get on the inside of Templeton. Ish Cannon there in the brown car. Try to get at the stick. He does. He gets by Templeton. Now Windsor going to try to take advantage of Templeton being stuck on the high side. Not quite going to be able to take advantage. Templeton gets back down in front of Windsor. That's for a 6. That's allowing Cody Graham and GJ Boydell to close in on those drivers. Now Windsor's on the inside of Templeton. So Templeton...
He went high too, didn't he?
Yeah. Templeton, I think he's burned his tires off too much. It's starting to
push in the turns
up
a little bit. Yeah. And you can tell, you're right on that. When you start burning them tires off, some people think, oh, you burn your tires off, it's going to get really slick. Not always. A lot of times you burn them off and the car actually get really tight. It doesn't want to rotate going into the turn. You have to back those turns up. And you can see it right there. Coming off the turn, it just wants to push straight to the wall.
I mean, it really depends on which tire you burn off the most.
Yeah.
If you burn the right front off, that's when it will push. If you burn the right rear off, that's when it will get loose, and he's got to be burning off that right front right now. Cody Graham able to get by. Now GJ Boydell looking to take away that spot.
And you talk about that, Corey. What tire you burn off, it's all about how you enter these and exit the turns on what tires you actually are burning off, whether you're, like you said, the fronts or those backs. And a lot of times if you're entering those turns really hard, it's easy to burn that front tires up, and then it's tough to turn.
Yes, it is.
Good race so far. And a lot of short tracks like this, that's where the braking points and entrance and coming into the turn, throttle speed of going in and out of the turn comes to play. Not as much like what we saw last night with Kansas, where it was more momentum track, where you could just let off the gas, kind of coast into the turns. Here, you're kind of heavy on the brakes. You got to, throttle the throttle a little bit, coming middle off. Got to be, and if you go too heavy on the brakes going in, you know what happens. You'll burn those things up. Or if you go too deep with the throttle, or come out too hard. So a lot of variables there.
Absolutely, but Smith out front, still Ripka, he's been as close as he's always been tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit loose there on the corner entry for Ripka.
And riding along here with Ripka, see what he does on the wheel. Kind of see what drive. Looks really smooth going into the turn. Maybe fighting it a little bit coming off, but that's normal on a short track. You're going to fight that wheel, I think, just a touch, because I think after a while, old tires, new tires is different, but old tires, you're going to get loose no matter what. So you're going to have to wrestle it. It's all about how smooth you are going in and through the turn, and he looks pretty smooth so far. From our advantage.
Yeah, maybe a handful on his end. On our end, it looks pretty smooth.
Yeah, we don't. It looks good from our end. Don't know how it feels on his end going in, but from the way it looks when he's modulating that steering wheel, he looks good going in. Coming out, it looks normal. Got a little wiggly, but now the car's not shaking or anything, so that's a good sign. Doesn't look like he's sliding the rear end. They look pretty even between the top two, Smith and Ripken.
I wouldn't speak so soon here, Joe. I do believe
the last lap was within 1,000ths of a second.
Okay, yeah, but Smith is starting to look like his car is getting a little bit wiggly on corner exit. Maybe about time for Ripken to pounce.
Last lap, he was about 5/100ths faster than Ripken. But I bet you, let's see if it swings this time. Okay, see the last lap, Smith was faster. This time Ripken's faster. So they're back and forth. And that takes us back to last night. You said something. The dirty air. You know what? It doesn't affect as bad on short tracks as it does on a track like we was at last night. But it is there. And you calculate that with the tires that we're talking about, wear and everything. That's maybe what Ripken's running into right now.
Yeah, that's a good possibility. This is one of the bigger tracks that these cars race on, so it does act like the bigger tracks on the NASCAR side of things. Aerodynamics more important.
Also, the racing line, we don't talk a lot of that sometimes, but, right now, Smith has the preferred racing line, and it's up to Ripken to find a way to get around him. Sure, he can get up there and do the bump and run, but that's illogical on short tracks. But right now, they both are running the identical line, and it seems to be the fastest way around the track. Ripka's going to have to find another way around if he wants to get around Smith, because Smith's not going to give that up.
This might be what Ripka needs. Smith has caught up to the lap car of Steven Bixler.
Yep. And that lap car's taking that. Well, a perfect example of what I just showed there, or was talking about. That lap car took, was taking the preferred line away, and it almost cost Smith.
Yeah, but I think it hurt Ripka. Ripka got out of throttle, maybe to pounce there, going into the next corner. Lost a little bit of ground here to Andrew Smith, so Smith can regather here. Ripka's going to have to regather as well. Top three, they're all running about similar lap times. I know Ripka hit a 22:11 that last time, but they were all checking up for the lap car. See what they hit here. 77, 73, 87. Your top three.
Got 24 to go here. USA Car Tours here, the hometown heroes tonight. Lucy Olson, mission 22. Good one.
So
A
you
little
see
further
how
back here and see what we got going on. A good battle back here around 5th and 6th.
feel kind of spread out here. I mean,
yeah. Got to make a little closer, like I say, right there.
Maybe closest battle is Colin Johnston and Roger Craig.
Craig trying to see if we can't get up there and get around the dog pound of Johnston.
But we're catching up into some lap traffic. We just got around Tim Chapman there. We have Jeff Valero just in front of your race leaders. It all depends on where Smith picks up Valero at. If he does it here on a straightaway, he's going to have to swing low. And Valero with the little block here, trying to stay on the lead lap in front of Andrew Smith. That's going to help out Ripka to an extent. Oh, Valero trying to squeeze in line in between Ripka and Smith. Oh, wow.
Hey.
Man, and as a driver, you know, that just frustrates you. I mean, as a leader, I understand lap cars want to stay on the lead lap, race the leader, but then if you're in second place, if a lap car does that kind of thing to you, that just even frustrates you more because you're like, really, man, you ain't even trying to stay on the lead lap with me.
I'd split him up a little bit.
Didn't quite hurt Ripka as bad as it probably should have, but you look out in front of him, there is a gaggle of lap cars. If we get to him, we should get to him. I mean, still a lot of laps to go. So lap cars might play a factor here at USA for these drivers. And don't ever count out Brian Dickens back here in 30s, just biding his time, maybe hoping for more lap traffic to get involved.
Hoping those two guys get up there and start battling. I mean, because he's been kind of lurking back there.
We'll have Tim Chapman right there, Jonathan Krupa rather. That's Krupa right there in front of Smith. Going to catch him in the corner. This actually might be what Ripka needs. And never mind, going to catch him on the exit of the corner. He'll go low for your race leader, Andrew Smith. Now Ripka might be in trouble. He's going to have to go around the outside of Jonathan Krupa.
Absolutely.
You have Colin Johnston and Roger Craig. Those two drivers are going to
pit stop.
Wait, what? Pit
stop. Remember, they never made a pit stop.
Owen Dickens almost slammed.
You got the only one. Here we go, Corey. This is interesting because the only one who made a pit stop, or the only couple ones that made a pit stop, Templeton, Kemper, Johnston, Cannon, and Bixler. They're in the back. So if these guys can't make it fuel-wise, we know that I believe
Blau probably the safest.
Yeah, Blau and Johnston who pitted on lap 14 and 11.
I mean, we got 12 to go here, or 13 to go, and Blau pitted on lap 14, so that factors in on him being able to make it. Oh, wow.
Right, and you've also got Johnson newer tires.
He don't have tires.
Well, it might have been he did some optional repair. That's right.
Kemper, I'm not sure 3 laps into the race he pitted, so that was for damage, but I'm not sure if he'll be able to make it on field or not. I mean, based on the laps, he's up to where the point of the same amount of laps ran as the leaders did.
Front. Yeah, the top 3 have not pitted, so that's interesting that we saw the leaders pit. Now, well, never mind. Answer my question.
Oh, and Boydell hard into the barrel there.
That tore up his night.
So gotta wonder, is Cody Graham in danger of running out of fuel here?
Yeah, I mean, I don't see him and Celis making it all the way, considering how everybody else pitted. Now the next question would be, does Kemper got enough over Blau?
I mean, if Kemper can make it to the end, but he's got Blau right there behind him, could be the race for the lead either way.
Well, let's look right fast.
Graham and Blau run out.
Blau is in 4th. Remember, Dickens, it's a 13-second difference between Blau and Dickens.
Now Blau gets around Kemper, so even if Kemper is able to make it, that don't matter. If Blau has got to be the safest one out here, but Graham and Salas and everybody.
Never mind. Wow. Caution out. This might change it all up, because that 13-second lead, I think if it would have stayed green. Yeah, but let's go back on the Malcolm Mills replay, see what happened. As a Jeff Flero single car man out here too. Oh no. No.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
You messed up a beautiful ending to it. All right, Flero, come on. That's a number 1 no-no. He should have took that thing on into the pits. I'm going to go ahead and call that one out. That's no. Because we were in for I think not Graham, but now this actually falls in the hands of Graham and Celis. But I think Blau and Kemper, because that gives now Aaron Smith and them a shot. They were 13 seconds back.
Salas coming in.
I'll say it again. Don't like cars stopping them.
Johnston coming in. He had good feel. He was about on the strategy of Blau there. I can see why Salas might be coming in, because he never pitted, but Graham, I don't know. Has he been saving fuel?
Yeah, why? I mean, obviously, if he comes in, yeah, it's going to put him way, way back in the back there, around probably 10th, 11th. The biggest story now is Blau and obviously Aaron Smith now has a shot to get back up here and win this thing. As I would have pretty much say, if this thing would have went green, they would have ran out of time. And then it would have been, did Blau have enough fuel? Did Kemper have enough fuel? Strategy, and just unfortunately this caution coming out due to a car that stopped right there at the edge of pit road, and not certain on why they just didn't keep on going on pit road.
Yeah, I do believe if it would have went green, Blau definitely the safest driver. I mean, He pitted on lap 14, and that's a 14 lap difference from this lap 61 that Smith came in on.
Here's the thing about Graham. Here's what might help him on this start. There's not many laps left. If he can get those guys behind him to battle, and we've seen how hard it is to pass here. We talk about tracks all the time. That track position is more, key than tires are or anything, which all the guys behind him definitely are on the same amount of tires. But that is going to help Graham. But does he have enough fuel? His caution helps him here, obviously. But two, he needs to see those guys behind him battle, I think. That's his help right there.
Absolutely. So he'll have Kemper lining up directly behind him in third, unless he elects to take the outside lane, which I can't imagine he'll do.
Yeah. We'll see. Does Graham got enough fuel? Let's go forward with him, see if he's actually... Can't really tell on these cars, can you?
I don't think he's been saving.
You know what? Not even attack on these cars anymore.
It is.
Look at that.
Oh,
I'm riding on board with it right now.
Oh, never mind.
That's right. Well, I was about to say, I'm like, tell me where it's at, Corey.
All right.
Did they take it away in iRacing? I always thought these did have them.
I guess not.
You know what?
Green flag, green flag.
Aha. I can tell you at least the speed he's going. What gear he's in. He's in fourth gear. Here we go, back green. And that's what he needs. He needs those two guys behind him to sit there and battle some.
Yeah, he's got it here. As long as he sees the white flag, Graham coming out of turn number 4, he'll see the white flag in the air. He'll get to the line. It don't matter. They can kill each other now.
Yeah, and they almost did coming out of turn 4. They were 3 wide there for a moment. And here you go, bumping and grinding in the back. Yep, they're wrecking back in the back. Cody Graham got enough to hold this thing off, man. He went flag to flag. Battle's on. Blau's going to try. Not happening. Graham's bringing it home. Kemper in second. Blau's going to hold on to third. And what a finish to this one. Wow, I'm impressed. Graham able to... You know what? I think that caution probably helped. It hurt Blau, but I think it helped Graham out tremendously.
It had to have helped out Graham a lot. And even Kemper.
Yeah. Kemper too, yep. We'll get a word with some of these guys. Man, what a finish to the night here so far. It has been a good one here at the Hometown Heroes. Had some great dirt track racing. Had some awesome asphalt racing. Good nights of that so far. Blau, Kemper, Graham. Jump up here.
Daniel Blau.
All right, let's bring Kemper up.
Hey there, Jeffrey. You got a copy on me?
Yeah, I got you, Corey.
Oh, did you have to save any fuel to make it all the way to the end there, or were you going to be good before that caution?
Honestly, I was probably 8 laps to the good side. So at the beginning of the race, both Tim Chapman and I, we were talking about a little bit ago, but he kind of came down and I kind of came up and got in a wreck early, so I had to go in for a fast repair, and I was like, well, might as well throw a couple gallons in here extra because it was looking like we were going to be about 4 laps short. So threw that in there, and that actually worked out really great. Moved me up quite a bit there at the end.
Absolutely, it moved you up, and you got the hard charger here, 11 spots to second. You got anybody like to thank tonight for your outstanding performance?
Oh yeah, for sure. I gotta thank Aiden Young, Young Gun Creations. He does the paint on my cars. If anybody's looking for some paint, you definitely gotta check him out. He beats most of the rates out there and does a decent job. I gotta thank my gambler teammates, all of them helped me out, and gotta thank my family, girlfriend for everything they do. I gotta thank Andy Piercefield and Travis Piercefield of Cool Ray Heating and Plumbing and Cooling. They do quite a bit for Coast to Coast Racing League and for the Gambler Motorsports team also. Then I got to thank Link Gear Company. That's my work, and they allow me to do what I do. Sometimes leave work early and everything, and that's been a fun run, man.
Well, there you have it, folks. Your second place driver. That's Jeffrey Kemper.
Absolutely. Well, let's bring up man right here, Daniel Blau.
Hey, Daniel, we get a copy on me.
Yes, sir.
Well, man, you pitted back on lap 14. Was you hoping this thing was going to go green and that your fellow competitors in front of you were going to run out of gas? Or just talk us through that.
Oh, absolutely. I didn't have much choice but to pit. I got turned there coming out of turn 2. I don't know if I came down on someone or they came up. Nonetheless, I went around and got hit, had wheel damage, so I had to pit. And so it just worked out in my advantage. I had talking with 2 teammates while we're racing there, both praying and hoping for a caution. I'm like, no fellas, let's finish this thing out. So yeah, no, it was I think Cody would have been close, because I was just talking to him in the waiting room and he said he hadn't pitted, so it would have been close for him. But yeah, it ended up being a great finish.
Yeah, either way, still a top 3 here at USA. You got anybody to like to thank for your outstanding performance?
Just my team, Spartan Racing, my wife for letting me continue to do this as a hobby, and you guys for the broadcast. You guys do a bang up job. I always go back after the race and rewatch it and listen to you guys, and you guys do a great job.
Yeah, folks, your third place driver, Daniel Blau.
Absolutely. Well, let's bring this guy up here. He was able to hold them off, like they said. Graham, join the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I sure do.
Well, I gotta ask, before that caution, how close was you on fuel? Because Smith pitted. You were the only one out there that hadn't pitted.
So my wheel does this thing when I get an update. I had to redo all my controls, and I hadn't driven this car since that. So right before the race started, I had to redo all my controls, and we never have to pit in this series. So I didn't set up my clutch, and I noticed like halfway through the race that I was kind of close. So I just started coasting, like letting off halfway down each straightaway. And I was also trying to save the right front, because I saw in practice after like 6 laps, my right front was at 92%. So it was kind of a 2-for-1 deal. And I think I ended up finishing with like half a lap left. So if there was another green-white checkered, I was done for.
Tell you what, like I said, it was close. And, we were talking about it, going green there, and then the caution came out, which obviously you could save some little bit of fuel under that too, under caution. So it helped you out. But right place, right time, pulled it off here tonight. How was the track feeling for you?
I literally had like 2 laps of practice, which obviously when you're running all 3 of the series prior to this, you just roll with it. But it took me a while to find a groove. Like halfway through, I found a line, and the track was fine. It was really racy. You could run up top too. It was just a matter of, like I said, I saw you were burning the right front off super quick, so I was just trying to save it. But iRacing's tough, when you're trying to save tires in iRacing. Sometimes if you go too slow, the juice isn't worth the squeeze, and you save too much, and then you're too slow, and it's kind of just a guessing game every now and then. And I would, like I said, I was just trying to save tires and fuel, and it just happened to fall into my lap.
Pulled it off victory lane here tonight in the Extreme E-Speed TV. Got anybody you want to thank for the win?
Yeah, all my Graham Racing guys, Fast Eddie's Hot Rods out of Cato, check them out. You guys for putting in all the legwork a couple nights a week, and Roger and the boys for the awesome league.
That's old Graham bringing it home tonight here to Car Tours USA. Well, Corey, man, what a night it was here for the hometown heroes. Had some good racing so far.
Absolutely good racing here all night long between the 3 divisions of sprint cars, and then a good long green flag run there to cap it off in the late model stock cars.
Well, that'll do it here for the hometown heroes. Check out the C2CRL.com for all the information on the Coast to Coast Racing League. For myself and everyone, have a good night.